Welcome to the Daphne Child Grantee Spotlight Series, where we showcase the innovative work of our grantees in combating violence against children. The Daphne Child Programme is a collaborative initiative funded by the European Union, led by Eurochild and Terre des Hommes, empowering grassroots civil society organizations across 9 European countries through a comprehensive 3-year sub-granting and capacity building program. You can learn more at daphne.childhub.org. That's daphne.childhub.org. I'm Zsofia Karetka, and today I'm speaking with Anna Vashchuk from the UA Mental Health Charitable Institution in Ukraine about their project Psychological Education for Children and Their Parents in the Bucha district of the Kiev region. Anna, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for this opportunity. It's a big honor for me.
Thank you. Could you start by telling us a bit about yourself and UA Mental Health in general?
Yeah, of course. I begin from our organization and then tell a little bit more about myself and my role in this organization. So our organization, UA Mental Health, it's a Ukrainian charitable institution. We provide free, evidence-based psychological support to people affected by war, displacement, and trauma. Our organization began operating since the beginning of full-scale war. And we try to build a network of psychologists, and we offer counseling, group work, and psychoeducational across all over Ukraine and online for those Ukrainians who live abroad now. If I talk about myself, I am doctor psychiatrist, and in our organization, I am head of MHPSS. I try to provide the most high quality help for all our beneficiaries and try to predict burnout in our staff.
So the project that you won a Daphne grant with, the Psychological Education for Children and Their Parents, works in the Bucha district. And Bucha became known worldwide for the atrocities that happened there. Can you paint our listeners a picture of what life looks like now for the families who are trying to rebuild in this community?
Yeah, of course. Before the beginning of this project, we tried to perform the assessment of the needs of our beneficiaries. And what I can say is that this district was affected by occupation and many families lost homes, relatives, and stability. And we try to provide the assessment, and 102 responders showed that 45% of our beneficiaries had been displaced. But after the displacement, they come back home. Also, 14% remain internally displaced, and also 76% have experienced traumatic events. Most responders was women, age 35, 44, and all of them raising children. So they try to build emotional stability during this abnormal situation, and they often felt burnout and a lot of different hard feelings during the communication with their children. But despite this, there is a strong community engagement and openness to mental health education. In that region, a few organizations before us also provided lectures, but not for children or for parents especially, but mostly in general, lectures about stress, about mental health. So we can see that beneficiaries mostly open to this knowledge. But at the same time, for now, the situation become harder because Russia bombed our infrastructure and we have cut off electricity. We have some problems with warm because for now we have cold weather, and it's a little bit problematic because even not in all regions, at school and at hospitals, enough warm. And it's a big problem because children don't feel comfortable. And of course, due to this, people more close to the different meetings or different consultations. They want to be home. They try to build their basic needs and so on. So it's a little bit challenging for now, but we try to do our best, and we try to make all our activities in hybrid format. Sometimes, if we can, we provide online. Sometimes we try to provide offline. Also, we try to build communication with schools and school children, and we see that it's work better because children are at school for now, and school children are open to different activities and so on, and it's supportive because we help children to build a safe environment and help teachers to know more about bullying, cyberbullying, stress, also about violence. But we have some questions about winter because we are not sure how really will be the situation in that Hromada.
Yeah, wow, it must be really a huge challenge because you need to feel safe first and foremost to be able to share about mental health issues or psychological challenges, and if the basic needs for physical safety are not met, that it must be really hard. What do you see as the most urgent mental health challenges that these families are facing right now?
Parents shared that they have a lot of hard situation when their children try to communicate with other children and try to build new relationships, and it's a little bit challenging for them. Also, a lot of parents have traumatic experience in their own life, like grief, loss, some trauma situation, for example, like all-time bombing or alarms, and it's a little bit problematic because parents have to work at the same time. They have to take care about their children, and at the same time they have to build a safe environment and so on. The biggest problem is that parents don't have enough time. Especially it's a problem when mom or dad have a hard work or have to be a warrior or have other relatives as warriors. It's really hard because these parents have always additional thoughts like how my husband feel, what I can do better for them, and it's hard because they have to be a sensitive caregiver for their children, but at the same time they have really their own troubles, and sometimes they feel like emotional freeze, and they can't be happy, can't be open. But for children it's really important. So we try to build such an environment where we show that it's normal. We have not only this project for parents, we have a lot of different groups online, and we have a big experience in it. And we see that even 10 regular sessions can help for women to see that, oh, I feel normal, and it's not something like strange or something bad. It's just my life now, and I have really a lot of challenges. So for us, it's important to show that for now, it's such kind of life, and it's not something that you have to wait and will be normal soon, because we don't know this, and we have to live now, and we have to grow our children now. And it's really important because every day they live their childhood, and we will not have possibility to make for them other childhood. So it's so important to try to be warm, not freezing. It's such a different situation, and in each situation you hear something another. And for example, I work as a psychiatrist 10 years, but when I met some of my classmates or friends, and I know that happened something hard in their lives, or maybe they lose husband, or maybe they just have to change their place of living. And sometimes even I don't know what to say, because it's their lives, it's like before and after. And I can't even imagine how to feel people who are not mental health worker, for example, colleagues or maybe friends. And I think it's also a bit challenging to talk right words, to be supportive. So we try to explain not only about children, but also build an environment where even elder people, adult people, can talk about their feelings. We are sure that it's really important.
You've painted a very powerful picture of what parents are going through, but I'm also curious about how you actually designed your approach. How did you decide where to start? Because you're working with both parents and children, and both clearly need support. So how did you structure that?
We understand that children, like it's one of the most vulnerable population because children can't share their needs like in a right way or something like that. Sometimes children feel something but can't say about it. Sometimes we only can see this during their behavior, but it's like when we see something in behavior, it's already a big sign. And all parents really try to do the best for their children, but sometimes it's really hard due to your situation. And we understand that we begin our project when we provide the assessment of needs. We understand that we have to begin not from the children even, but from the parents, and to talk them a little bit about self-care. And first our lectures was about self-care and about like your own time, because we saw for now that almost all parents have a big schedule where you have a work, a homework, some care about your house and so on, and you don't have any space for yourself. A lot of our men and also women are during the war and doing really unsafe work. We are together and we try to do our best, but you know, your mood lower when you feel cold, when you are in dark and so on, when you don't have internet, it's really hard, and like sometimes it's demotivated you. But even during this time you can care about yourself. You can use this situation as a period of to make a stop, to take care about yourself, to take a candle and just sit near the candle and think about something good. And we really saw that parents was interested in that lectures, and we tried to give really evidence-based coping, like easy mechanisms, how to feel better, how to make grounding, how to make your stress lower, some mindfulness exercises. And we saw that it works, and parents share it after this lecture that they even don't think that it can be helpful. So we understand that sometimes we have to show easy things, because during this project we don't have possibility to teach all the people all the mental health skills. We can take care about themselves and give them the real instruments to take care. So the first step is parents, and only when we see that parents are stable, we can teach them something about children, safe environment, and so on. Because if you don't have any resource, you can't build safe environment, because you feel angry, you feel disappointed, and so on.
Yeah, so that's the work with the parents. And can you tell us about how you've been working directly with the children as well? What have those sessions looked like, and how have the children responded?
In October, we conducted 5 educational sessions, especially for children in 3 schools, and reaching 131 pupils aged from 11 to 15. The sessions were titled My Boundaries and Self-Protection, and they focused on personal boundaries, emotional regulation, and self-protection. We saw that children are pretty exhausted and overwhelmed, and it's really hard to work with their attention. What is really helpful when they worked in small groups, when they practiced real life scenarios, when they reflected together and role-played difficult conversation. And for us, it became clear that traditional lecture style formats are not sufficient in the current context. Children are growing up in a high stress environment, sharing alerts, blackouts, and all the uncertainty. Also, parents have a lot of uncertainty and emotional instability, and they really need experiential learning. And we understand that it would be great to create something additional, and we decided to create like such a new approach, like a quest. It's a quest that children have possibility to take part online or offline, It also have all the traditional topics about self-boundaries, about communication, about safety in the internet, but it's more like interactive format where children receive a short pool of information, and after that they received a lot of different life scenarios, and they have to decide how to act in that scenario. It's really interesting, and we plan to share this quest also on our website, and we want to share it with you, but for now we not translated it in English, but we plan to do that. But before sharing this, we want to try this approach in the schools of Bilogorodka, but we have possibility to try that new approach only since the spring, because the teachers community decided that it would be better for Bilogorodka to teach online for now. And for now, children really most time are online, and we thought that it will be too overwhelming for them to take part in additional online activities, because our school approach have a lot of home tasks, and it's pretty hard for children, and we really not want to give them additional tasks, because it's really hard. When I see on my children, I even saw that they want only playing or just talking about something, just drink tea or doing something with family. So we try to share the information how you can support your children, but we not conducted any activities for now, because it's really hard situation, especially in Kiev region. Some part of Kiev region doesn't have light during the days, and it's really a big problem. So for now, we postpone group activities for children, but we not postpone individual session. And for now, we have more than 20 registration from the individuals, from parents and children that wanted to receive individual consultation. So we see that people have demand, but it's also problem due to electricity, because it's really hard to find time slot where parents have possibility to be not on their job and to take children, because it's often better to take part not only children take part in the consultation, but also parents take part. Often it's group situation, and children need some changes from parents, because it's not work good if only child receive consultation, but parents doing the same.
So let's go back to this quest, basically one of the outputs of the project you're working on with the children. So how did you decide on the topics of the quest? Can you share a bit about that?
We talk with children who take part in our previous group trainings, and also we talk with teachers and parents, and we try to understand the emergency needs. And school expresses strong interest in structured interactive programs, and we decided such topics like non-violent communication, also safe online and offline behavior, awareness of personal rights and boundaries, and also conflict resolution without aggression. But what we saw, for now, it's not the most important. Mostly important is the time together and the support in the community. And we tried to change our approach and decided to do in a New Year family masterclass. And when we published the registration form, this form closed during the first hours, because such a lot parents wanted to register that we received the amount of parents really fast. And how it looked like, it was like New Year tree, parents painting New Year tree with their children, but not only just a New Year tree. It's more was about tree of your family. It was a symbol of your family, and it was something about traditions. And this workshop were performed by certified children psychologist, and she helped to highlight the important scenes. She give opportunity to to do something especially for children, like not for parents, and to try to manage anxiety of parents if children doing something not very good or something like that. And it was really, this tree, it was like a really family symbol where each part, children and parent, have possibility to make what they want, and to make this tree especially about themselves. It was really a big symbol. It was a great masterclass, and parents were excited, as children also. And we saw that this type of masterclasses really improved communication quality, also collaborative decision making, and like increase emotional warmth. But even when I began to talk about it, I feel more energy, because situation is really hard, but when you begin to doing something and to think about children also, you always compare the situation and you think about your children. It's hard, but at the same time I feel that life is continue, and it's important.
Have you encountered any examples of this resilience that you mentioned in people that actually surprised you? I mean, you're an experienced psychiatrist, but have you seen anything that really could surprise you?
We saw that we provide these our offline activities in community center, and they do in there really a lot of different activities. They volunteer in there. They try to gather together for different activities. They try to provide some stuff for people who are in war now. They try to exchange some clothes or something like that. So they try to help each other if needed. And all of that happened in that community center. And it's very important that due to all these hard situations and due to the long time of this crisis situation event, people try to help each other. Also, to see how parents try to make childhood for their children, try to make the 1st of September, like the Knowledge Day, the 1st of October. It's also important celebration in our country. And also at school, parents and teachers organized a lot of different activities. Like, I feel that our children have childhood.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really important for me, because I also have my son go to school first year, like this year it's first year for him. And they see that he is just a child. He have to think about lessons, about, I don't know, his classmates, about what he will eat, like from his lunchbox. And it's such a big grounding for me, because every evening I try to help him to gather all books and to take it to his bag. And it's something such easy, but such important. Like, I feel that every day I make something important for my child. He feels that he can take part in different activities at school. And, I never can think that I will feel so happy due to this, because before all this period, before COVID and war, it was such a normal, like, oh no, school, it's such a not interesting thing. But for now, I feel so happy that he can go offline. He can be a part of the class. Our teacher tried to do a lot of different activities and really open to share with parents and so on. And it's really inspiring me.
Yes, it is very inspiring how taking care of each other or taking care of others can actually be a source of strength, and that's what grounds you.
I understand that resilience really in easy ways, in easy steps. It's not something like, I don't know, I have to receive a lot of consultation, I have to be better, I have to know everything about childhood. No, you're just doing something really easy. Like, for example, my younger son, he told me, Mom, I can't do like some activities such good as other children. And I told him, oh, it's important, but because you do your best, you try, and it's important for me. It's not important that you are not the best in doing something. All of us know it, that you do your best. It's great work. You are valuable, but we forgot it during the crisis period, and we always can feel like little more depressed. little more anxious, and it's hard in that time to see your good sides, to see your opportunities, to see how valuable moments you can have with your family and with your friends and with your parents and so on. So as for me, our people really more resilient now, and at the same time it's so hard, but at the same time it's so beautiful that people try to do their best at all moment of their life. It's really something inspiring. I even can't imagine that war can change such a lot, that people can be so close to each other. Of course, a lot of different hard situations we also have. But for example, if talk about me, I see the world in negative paintings, But since the beginning of the war, you don't have this possibility, because if you see everything in negative paintings, you can't live. So you have to be like to do everything step by step, and to do your best, and to always to come back to yourself, and to try to support yourself, because only in that way you can move, and it's something new. I don't know, it's really new skills.
That's so interesting, that how the horrible things outside forces you to find the positive things inside you. Yeah. But thank you for sharing that. That's touching and deep, and lots of food for thought. And that's just one last question in the very few minutes that are remaining. If you have any advice for other organizations that are trying to provide psychological support in conflict zones where children are experiencing ongoing trauma, what would be your key advice to them?
I think it's important to be open to different challenges and to act according to the evidence-based protocols and protection protocols, because safety is the most important and the life of the children is the most value. It's really important to try to make your best to help, but always do no harm.
Anna Vashchuk from Ukraine Mental Health, thank you so much for joining me today and for sharing your work and your personal reflections. It's been a really inspiring conversation. To our listeners, thank you for joining us for this episode of the Daphne Child Program's Grantee Spotlight series. You can learn more about this program and all the 48 grantee projects across 9 countries at our website daphne.childhub.org. Until next time, goodbye!